Welcome to today's yoga class. This is our class number 1 of our program Fundamentals of Yoga. So what we're gonna do in this class is start preparing the body for a practice of yoga. We're going to start working on our breathing and in that mind-body connection that we need for our yoga practice. So take it with an open mind and an open heart and enjoy. Let's start sitting down on our mat in Sukhasana, cross-legged position. Find your sit bones and from here start lengthening your spine. Try to bring your mind exactly where your body is. What we tend to do all the time is running about with our mind pretty much somewhere else in the past or in the future. So what we're gonna do here is we want to be mind and body in the same place. So as I said, lengthening the spine. From here, start breathing in and out through the nose, nice and slowly. Maybe closing the eyes. Slow breaths. Relax the muscles of your face. And with each breath, lengthen your spine a little bit more. Your shoulders are rolling back and down away from your ears. Your crown of the head is reaching up. Take 3 more rounds of breath here. Relax the space in between the eyebrows. Relax your jaw. Open your eyes, and from here I'll invite you to place one hand on top of your chest and the other hand on your belly. Lengthen the spine once again. I'm going to be saying this all the time because it's super important. Imagine you want to put your lower ribs in rather than out. So that way your belly is going to be slightly contracted. It's going to be active. From here, keep breathing nice and deeply and pay attention on the rising and descending of your chest and your belly following your breathing. Take 3 rounds here. Super slow breaths. And slowly release. Hands on top of our knees. From here, let's start moving a little bit. To warm up the spine, what we're gonna do, in your inhale, bring your elbows and shoulders back, bringing the chest forward, looking up, opening the throat. Exhale, do the opposite movement, rounding the spine, stretching the upper back, chin to chest. Inhale, open your chest and throat. Exhale, round, round, round. What we want to do is trying to match the movement with your breath. Inhale, open once again. Exhale, rounding, stretching the upper back. Last round. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, come back to a neutral position. Elongate. And in the next inhale, arms rise. Gazing up, long arms. But still try to keep your ears away from your shoulders away from the ears. Rather than sinking like this, shoulders away from the ears, but long arms. Gaze up. Exhale, lower down. Let's do 2 more like that. Inhale, arms rise, gaze up. Exhale, lower. Last one. Inhale, this time we hold, gazing up. Lower ribs hugging in, trying to avoid that deep back bend. In your exhale, start twisting to the right side of your body, lowering down the hands, Your hand at the back is gonna help you lift and elongate the spine a little bit more. Take one more breath here in this spinal twist. Inhale, come back to center, arms rise. Exhale, twist to the second side. Once again, helping yourself, propping yourself up with your hands to lift and elongate. Waking up the spine here. Inhale, back to center, arms rise. Exhale, release. Beautiful. From here, let's open the shoulders a little bit by entrelacing the fingers behind our lower back. If this is not quite possible for you right now, you can use a piece of clothing or a yoga strap to connect your hands. From here, inhale, bring the chest up and try to strengthen your arms a little bit more and bringing the hands away from your body. So you really should feel a stretch at the front of your shoulders. Exhale, come back to center, and now we go to interlace the fingers in front of us, palms facing forward. From here, inhale, arms rise. Exhale, back to center. Let's do two more like that. Inhale. Exhale, back to center. Keep your lower ribs in so your core is active. Inhale. Back to center. Last one. Inhale. And back to center and release. So what we're doing here with these movements is trying to connect our breathing, match our breathing with our movements, okay? So let's go to our tabletop position. Tabletop position is on hands and knees, shoulders above the wrists, hips above your knees, and make sure your knees are open roughly to a hip width distance. Spreading the fingers really wide. This is super important in yoga because we are a lot of the time on our hands. So our foundation is usually hands or feet. From here, spreading the fingers super wide, press the floor away. Avoid sinking, dipping down like this. So you are pressing the floor away, firming up the belly. From here, let's take a few rounds of cat and cow. For that, what we're gonna do is the same spine movement with it sitting down. So in your inhale, open the chest, drop the belly, gaze up. Exhale, round the spine, press the floor away, chin to chest. Inhale, drop the belly, gaze up, tailbone up. Exhale, round, round, round. Inhale, drop the belly. Your elbows are straight at all times. Exhale, rounding, stretching the upper back. Last round. Inhale, arms straight. Exhale, matching the breath and the movement. Back to center, your spine is neutral. And from here, let's take our first child's pose. Bring your hips back towards your heels. Your big toes are touching. And then lengthen the arms. This is your Balasana child's pose. Long spine. Maybe the forehead will come on the mat. If it's not quite possible, you can always place a cushion or a yoga block to connect the space between your body and the floor. Lengthening the spine, lengthening the arms, hips reaching back. This is a position that I want you to remember. It's gonna be your best friend. And this position is where anytime you need a break in a yoga class, no matter what, no matter where, this is an excellent option to come and recover your breath, take a moment, and go back to your practice. So it's a devotion position, Balasana. Take one more breath here. In your next inhale, come back to your tabletop. Okay, from here now we're going to warm up the wrists, which is super important As I said, we are on our hands a lot of the time, so it's really important to avoid wrist pain. What we're gonna do, we're gonna start making some circles above our wrists, firming up the belly, super slow. The more flexible you are, the bigger the circles will be possible, but start nice and easy, finding your edge and your limit. From here, let's change directions. Breathing deeply and slowly. Last circle here. And come back to center. Beautiful. From here, we're going to start working on our core, waking it up by straightening the right leg, nice and long. Think about length instead of height. So you want to reach through your heel, activating your right foot and rolling your right hip down, avoiding opening like this. So you want to keep your hips square to the mat. Press the floor away with your hands. Fingers spreading super wide. Take 2 rounds of breath here. Focusing on that deep breaths. Your belly is nice and firm. And back to center. Back down, perfect. Second side. Inhale, left leg reaches back. Left foot is super active, reaching through the heel. Your left hip is rolling down, super squared, pressing the floor away. Strong core. And exhale, come back down. Beautiful. Let's do one more round of each, but adding up, okay? So inhale, right leg reaches back. You may stay here if this is enough for you, or maybe left fingertips reach forward. Finding a point to focus underneath you on your mat will help you balance. That is called your drishti, where your gaze is in any pose. Your drishti is your focal point. Slowly back to center on your tabletop position. Second side, inhale, left leg reaches back. You may stay here or right fingertips reach forward. Strong core, long arm, long leg. Breathing slowly. And release. Beautiful. Let's take a child's pose for 3 breaths here. Reaching the hips back, elongating the arms. Next inhale, come back to your tabletop position. And from here, we're going to find a plank pose. So for plank pose, I'll give you 2 variations. One of them is a half plank. We're going to bring the shoulders above the wrists. And your knees are on the mat. In this half plank, you want to make sure you're not dipping down your hips like this, nor up. So you want a straight line from your shoulders to your knees. That means your core is super active. This is an excellent pose to strengthen your core and your shoulders. Pressing the floor away, this is your half plank. For a full plank, we bring the knees above the mat, legs are active, pressing the floor away once again, long straight line from shoulders to heels. Take 1 breath here, press the floor away, avoid sinking, and take a child pose. Let's do another round of plank pose. Either you decide how far or you decide where you have to start from. Maybe half plank here, fingers spreading super wide. Remember, shoulders above the wrists. Maybe you start here, maybe plank pose. Let's take 2 rounds of breath here. Super strong, pressing the floor away. Lower belly is hugging in. And take a child's pose. Breathing deeply. Okay, for our next posture, I want to show you, this is one of the most important postures in yoga. It's very used, probably in every class of yoga you're gonna find it, except for yin yoga. But, okay, so any yang sort of yoga, you're gonna find this, which is downward facing dog or Adho Mukha Svanasana. For that, you can, I like entering from a tabletop position. I think that will be the best way right now. Fingers spreading super wide as usual. Hands are shoulders distance, shoulder width distance. Press the floor away, curl your toes under, and from here bring your hips up to the sky, tailbone pointing to the sky. What we want to find here is a really straight spine rather than straight legs. What I see the most in my classes, sometimes with beginners, they want to have super straight legs, but that compromises the back and they round. Instead, we want a straight back, no matter if you have to bend the knees a little bit. Tailbone pointing to the sky, press the floor away, long arms. This is a full body stretch and strengthening. If you're a little bit more flexible on the legs, you can try reaching the heels down. Again, it doesn't matter if you touch the mat or not with your heels. Trying is the key. Take one more breath here. Long spine, tailbone pointing up. And exhale, lower your knees down. Toes are touching, take a child's pose. Hips reaching back, long spine. Okay, let's go back into our downward facing dog. So once again, I invite you to start from your tabletop position. Fingers spreading super wide. Make sure you put weight in your fingers and knuckles. That will take some pressure off your wrists. From here, curl your toes under and bring the hips up to the sky. Long arms, tailbone pointing up. Micro bending the knees is valid, remember. Take 3 deep breaths here. Pressing the floor away will activate your back. As I said, this is a full body stretch and strengthening. The back of your neck is long, so you're gazing roughly towards your knees. And slowly release. Take a child's pose. 3 breaths here. Okay, next what we're gonna do, now you've seen what a plank pose is, you've seen what Adho Mukha Svanasana or downward dog is. So now we're gonna do a little transition between the two poses. Okay, so starting from our tabletop position, find your plank pose and then bring your hips up and back. Take a downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. From here, inhale, take a plank pose, super strong core. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Let's do that a little transition 2 more times. Inhale, plank, shoulders above the wrists, strong core, legs are active. Exhale, Adho Mukha. Last one. Inhale, plank pose, strong core, press the floor away. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Lower your knees and take a child's pose once again. Okay, from here, lift up your upper body and let's go into a standing position. at the top of your mat. I want to show you now a mountain pose, Tadasana. So in this standing posture, you want to have your toes touching, and there is a little gap in between your heels. That means the outside edges of your feet are parallel to the edges of your mat. From here, activate your legs by lifting the kneecaps. That means your quads are active, your tailbone is pointing down, not out, not in, but down. Super long spine, your shoulders roll back and down, hands on either side of the body. Your chin is parallel to the floor, soft gaze, strong and active body. Take 3 breaths here. Focus on the engagement of your legs, your core, with your your shoulders away from the ears. Super active and strong pose. In the next inhale from here, arms rise. Gaze up, long arms. Again, try to bring your shoulders away from the ears rather than sinking like this. Away, long arms. Exhale, lower. Once again, inhale, arms rise, gaze up. In your exhale, this time we're gonna dive down all the way on a forward fold for your Uttanasana. Uttanasana or forward fold. In this position, again, micro bend in the knees is totally valid. Actually, I always recommend it. If you try to bring your legs too straight, sometimes you can hurt your lower back. So, safety before anything. Micro bend in the knees to protect your lower back. Folding down. Long spine, back of the neck is long. Take one more breath here. Next inhale, bring your hands to your shins. Inhale, half Uttanasana or Ardha Uttanasana. This is your half forward fold. Exhale, find your forward fold once again. Let's do 2 more like that. Inhale, half forward fold. Exhale, find your forward fold. Inhale, left halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. In the next inhale, left round in the spine all the way up, press to stand, arms rise. Exhale, draw your hands to the heart center. In your Anjali Mudra with your hands together at the center of your chest. Exhale, release your hands and find your Tadasana mountain pose once again. Okay, from here, bring your hands forward and slowly bend your knees all the way down, squeezing your inner thighs together. Find the seated position. Okay, we're going into Dandasana. This position is with the legs in front of you. Find your sit bones, lengthening your spine. Feet are active, hands on either side of the body. Long spine. Take one breath here. Once again, super active. And let's go into a twist. I love closing a class with a twist just to release any tension in the spine, to release any compression there. So we're gonna bring the right foot in beside the left knee. Bring your right hand behind you to help you once again propping yourself up, supporting your spine. Your next inhale, left arm rises, long spine. Left foot is active. In your exhale, twist to the right, and you can hold your right knee like this, or if you are a little bit more flexible, if you have more room there, you can try hooking your elbow on the outside edge of your right knee. Wherever you are, doesn't matter as long as you have a straight spine. In each inhale, try bringing the crown of your head is reaching higher, so your spine is longer. And in the exhale is when you try to twist slightly more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, maybe a little bit more twist. Come back to center. Go back to your Dandasana. Legs together. Second side, left foot in. Left foot is part of your foundation in this position, so you really want it really firmly planted on the mat rather than lifting or something. So you want it really planted on the mat. Right foot is active, left foot behind you, left hand behind you. Inhale, right arm rises. Exhale, twist to the left. Once again, find your version. It's totally normal that one side of the body might be more flexible or stronger than the other side. That's the beauty of yoga. It helps you knowing your body. You really get to know it with detail if you pay close attention. Inhale, lift a little bit more, long spine. Exhale, maybe twist a tiny bit more. Torsions are an amazing tool, amazing poses to help digestion and for a boost of mood and to keep your spine nice and healthy. Back to center, back to Dandasana. From here, slowly roll your spine all the way down. Meet me lying down on your mat. From here, bring your knees towards the chest, maybe rocking side to side. I love doing this movement to really massage your lower back against the floor or against the mat. Okay, from here, bring both feet flat on the mat. We're gonna go lastly into pigeon pose, reclined pigeon pose. Bring the right ankle on top of the left knee. Right foot is active. Your right knee is pressing out or to the front. This might be enough for you and your hips. If you wanna go further, you can bring the legs towards the chest, maybe grabbing the back of your left thigh or the front of the left shin. Take 3 breaths here. This is an amazing stretch for your hips. The back of your neck is long. Avoid compressing like this, so you really want a long spine. Slowly release. Second side, right foot down, left ankle on top of the right knee. Left foot is active. You may stay here or maybe bringing the legs towards the chest. Long spine, shoulders on the mat. Slow breaths. Relax your jaw. Relax the space in between the eyebrows. Slowly release. And from here, we'll prepare for our last relaxation pose. This is probably the most important pose in our yoga practice, which is Shavasana, corpse pose. So we're lying down on our mat, long spine, feet as wide as the mat. Allow your feet be heavy, maybe falling to the sides. Hands on either side of the body with the palms facing up. Back of the neck is long. Inhale deeply. And exhale through the mouth. Close your eyes. In this position, you don't need to contract any muscles at all, but the opposite. You want to be relaxing every single muscle of your body, every little muscle of your face. At this point, we stop controlling the breathing. Allow your breath to become natural, to return to its natural rhythm. In the philosophy of yoga is believed that this is when the body integrates all your efforts. This is when your body is integrating your practice. This is a time for you to meditate. Let go of any thoughts that might come to your head. The wandering of your mind is totally normal. That's what the mind was made for. It's designed to think. But in meditation, we try not to think. We try to get to know ourselves closely by not thinking. Relax your eyes. Relax the space in between the eyebrows. We're gonna take about a minute in total silence. And again, whenever you find your mind wandering, just gently come back to observing the sensations of your body. Nice and slowly. Start deepening your breath once again. Start introducing the movement back into your body, maybe within the feet and the hands. Bring your feet together, pointing. Bring the arms overhead, take one last stretch, like in the morning when you just wake up. Bend your knees and roll into the right side of your body using your right hand as a pillow, and spend a few moments here. Super soft gaze, maybe closing the eyes still. Take a moment to really observe how your body is feeling right now. When you're ready, nice and slowly, bring your upper body up to a seated position. Find your sit bones once again. Sukhasana, cross-legged, where we started. Your spine is nice and long, hands on top of the knees. From here, let's take a deep inhale. Fill up the belly and the chest. And exhale through the mouth. Let it go. Bring your hands together at the center of the chest, Anjali Mudra, looking down to our fingertips. Take a moment to congratulate yourself for looking after your body and your mind. What you just did is an act of self-love and self-care. Namaste. I hope you enjoyed this video, and remember to keep practicing at least 3 times a week to really see the results that yoga can bring to your body and your mind. I'll see you next time.